Welcome everyone to the 2024 December update for the MyForexFunds ongoing case involving the CFTC and of course MyForexFunds. We've had a few recent developments in the case that I think are super interesting and honestly a little bit funny, so let's hop right into it. Before we get into the later stuff though, or the newer stuff, let's take a quick refresher for some of you who may not have seen this as well. Looking into the November article I have here from Finance Magnates, we basically see that the CFTC was misrepresenting facts in the way they addressed MyForexFunds and the way they were able to put sanctions onto MyForexFunds. Without the legal jargon, essentially, the CFTC essentially lied and kind of misrepresented things so that they could go ahead and push the case out onto MyForexFunds. And they did so knowingly, which is further covered in the article itself, which I will leave links below in the video description if anyone wants to read the full articles. They're very good and very informative as well. Moving on, not only did the CFTC kind of, at least in terms of the prosecutors, grossly misrepresent what was stated and what was done by MyForexFunds, we have a commissioner of the CFTC actually coming on and saying that the CFTC has handled this case with misconduct. They're not enforcing things the way they're supposed to be. And it was really just kind of funny to see that. I think that one of the commissioners of the CFTC is saying that the CFTC is doing things incorrectly. And to me, that's what I would consider a good sign for the MyForexFunds case in terms of them being able to win or at least settle on that case, which in my opinion, if MyForexFunds wins this case, it is a really, really good thing for U.S. prop firms, which if you're watching this video, that probably directly affects you. Moving on, one of the lead prosecutors for the case, Ashley Burden, actually said that their litigation and their investigation into MyForexFunds was careless and sloppy. And to me, this is a little bit hilarious because you have the lead attorney and lead prosecutor of this case saying, yeah, we messed up and we didn't do a good job. And to me, this is quite funny, but not actually the funniest thing in my opinion. Here he is, Ashley J. Burden. He works for the CFTC and is one of their general attorneys. This guy makes $177,000 a year approximately, and potentially even more. And he is getting paid to carelessly look at these cases and essentially lie on the record. I'll go into the next slide here how they're not actually lying, but it's quite funny to see what they say. So what they actually say is pretty humorous. And this is all pulled once again off of Finance Magnates, and I will leave once again the links all down below. But my favorite part of this entire thing was that in this middle paragraph here, we have that mistakes were limited and inadvertent. So they're saying they made a lot of mistakes, but they weren't on purpose, guys, so don't blame us, which I don't know if you guys understand this or know this, but if you're a governing body or a government agency, you can't make mistakes like this. You can't make these simple mistakes. And quite honestly, since they're so simple, they're not probably mistakes. They're done on purpose in order to defame and essentially attack MyForexFunds. So it was really funny to read this. And this last paragraph as well kind of reads almost as a comedy, and I'll break this down. So looking at this last paragraph here, that although the CFTC hold itself to the highest standards, that standard does not require perfection. It's actually quite funny to me. And the reason being is that this isn't like a small business mistake or an individual making a mistake. This is a government agency. This is the Commodity Futures Trading Commission making an unbelievably large mistake in their prosecution, and that it's just actually unbelievable. So this case, it really should be thrown out because it is completely, it's essentially libel. It's really just an attack or a smear campaign by the CFTC to try to get U.S. prop trading shut down. And in my opinion, at the time, since MyForexFunds was the largest firm, they essentially targeted them. We have, not only do we have the CFTC Commissioner Carolyn Pham and a U.S. Senator, Mr. Grassley, calling into question the methods and the procedure of this case against MyForexFunds. But we just have a general kind of mistreatment of the case by the CFTC and their prosecutors. And a lot of it, too, was misquoted. For example, for those of you who have probably heard this quote, if you're following the MyForexFunds case in any capacity, the "slip them the hell" quote, which was said by MyForexFunds in an exclusive email between staff members. The context of that quote was that they were looking at an account that was using known, I guess what you would call illegal trading methods or non-real trading methods. And they were using these methods so that they could take money out of MyForexFunds and put it in their pocket. And what ended up happening was that this specific individual was using those prohibited methods, but MyForexFunds still went out ahead and paid that person out. And yes, they were making that "slip them to hell" reference, but this person wasn't a normal trader like you or me. It was someone who was trying to game the system. So that "slip them to hell" quote was kind of said in the context that it applied to every trader, and it was really only applying to these people who are trying to game the system. So I think that's important to know. And yeah, it appears that a settlement or a positive ruling for MyForexFunds is likely based on all the evidence we have. If we don't see a positive ruling, I would be extremely not only concerned, but I would be kind of questioning the judicial process here, because it is so clear to anyone watching this that there was a gross misstep by the CFTC in their attack and their case against MyForexFunds. And honestly, it looks like this case has been moving a little slow. Of course, it's been about a year since a little over a year actually at this point now since the original filing. But perhaps hopefully before another full year passes, we'll have a resolution to this. And I hope that we get a positive ruling for the prop firm industry in the U.S. so that us as traders can continue to work these remote jobs that, really provide a lot of value in my opinion. So thanks for watching, guys, and I appreciate your support. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them in the comments. So go ahead and leave a comment or your opinion on the case in the comment section down below.